In this topic of the Windows 11 course, we will see how to configure the Windows security in Windows 11 operating system. To configure Windows security, I need to click on Start, go to the settings, and there is an option for security. There is an option privacy and security. So we have the option privacy and security. So I need to select this privacy and security. I need to select Windows security over here. If I select Windows security, we can see this is the suite of tool which will be included in Windows security. So Windows security was earlier called as Windows Defender. There are two variants of Defender. One is a free tool which will be included with Windows 10 and Windows 11 operating system. This is called as Windows Defender. This is an antivirus tool. And there is also another premium subscription based tool which is included with Office 365 package, that is called as Microsoft Defender. And Microsoft Defender is available for iOS, Android, PC, and Mac operating system, which will be a paid subscription based Microsoft Defender antivirus tool. And if I select virus and threat protection, so basically it is always recommended to keep your operating system up to date with service packs, patches, and any other critical updates like antivirus definition files, malware removal tools. So we need to check periodically about the Windows update. So any other updates which are required for Windows Defender, that will be included within the Microsoft update itself. So if I go to the settings and if I select Windows Update, the antivirus definition tool for Windows Defender, that will be included. I can see there is a definition updates. So these are the definition updates which will be used by the Windows Defender. So Windows Defender is a free tool which will be available in Microsoft Windows 10 and Windows 11 operating system. And if I click on privacy and security, if I go to Windows security, I'll go to virus and threat protection. If I select virus and threat protection, I can see I'll be able to do quick scan. If I run the quick scan, basically it is going to scan the files and folders where the threats are commonly found. I can cancel the quick scan and I can even select the scan options. There are quick scan, full scan, custom scan, and there is an offline scan for Microsoft Defender antivirus. If I select full scan, it is going to scan the entire drive. And if I want to select a particular file, a particular folder, or any other drive, I can select custom scan. If I select scan, then I will get an option to choose the file or folder. So I'll select the file, the downloaded file, which I think it might contain virus. So I have selected the folder and I'll scan for this particular folder, the download folder, where I have downloaded multiple exe files and other files. So let it scan. At any point of time, if you want to cancel, you can cancel the scan. And you can also check the protection history. So what was the history and what Microsoft has recommended and what actions were taken. So all this information will be under protection history. So I'll go back to virus and threat protection. So now if I want to manage the settings, I can click on manage settings. I'll be able to enable or disable the real-time protection and drive protection, cloud. So all these options I'll be able to enable or disable. So if you disable this, you need to click on yes again, and it is recommended to keep it enabled if you are not using any third-party antivirus. So basically Windows Defender is similar to any other antivirus like Avast, AVG, McAfee, 𝐃𝐞𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐩, Kaspersky. So these are third-party antivirus software tools which are available as a 7 days trial or 30 days trial, after which you need to purchase these tool. Either it can be purchased via offline store or online store. And if you are using any other third party antivirus tool, then you can consider these to be turning off. Like if you are using McAfee or any other antivirus tool, you can turn off all these options. You can simply use your third-party antivirus software. So when you don't use any third-party antivirus software, it is always recommended to keep all these settings. I'll go to manage settings. I'll turn on all the settings. Yeah. I'll turn on this tamper protection as well. And I will see manage settings again. Okay. So these settings I have turned on, and I can even set up the ransomware protection for OneDrive. If I select set up OneDrive, I don't have OneDrive access, so I'll not be able to set up. And I will close this. And as I said, Windows Update includes all the definition files for the Defender antivirus tool. Either you can check the updates from here, protection updates. You can check for the updates, or if you have already configured, already scheduled the Windows update, it will automatically download all the critical updates, which includes the definition files as well. And if you want to protect your account, you can protect your account. Either it can be Microsoft account or it can be Windows, your local account. You can use Windows Allow for passwordless authentication. You can use infrared camera face recognition or even the smart card. And you'll be able to set up your PIN using this option, manage sign in option. You can use security key, password, and PIN and facial recognition. You'll be able to set up from this. And if I select the account protection again, and this is for your Microsoft online account. For this, Windows will recommend, if you are not using multi-factor authentication, it will recommend to use multi-factor authentication for sign in. And if I select firewall and network protection, under firewall and network protections, we have three options: one for domain network, one for private network, and the other one is for public network. Domain network, we know that, so this is the corporate network where the network is a secured network. So this blocking all incoming connections is not required. I can simply turn on or off the firewall. So I'll keep the firewall on, and because I know this is a corporate network environment, the network is very much secured. I'll keep this Windows Defender firewall on, and I will disable this. And if I go back, I'll select private network. So private network, it can be either home network or work network. This is also very much secured network where other users will not be able to access your computer, or they will not be able to scan your computer, because the network zone where you are in, it is not a public network. You are at your home network, and the scope of accessing your network from other places are very much minimal. So in this case, you can either block all incoming connection if you feel that your network is exposed and you are accessing, and you are continuously accessing unwanted websites, and you think that your network is exploited, then you can enable this option, so that the incoming connections will be blocked. If you have opened any other ports unknowingly, if you have opened any ports like telnet or FTP or any other which are unsecured ports, the other connection will not be allowed. And if you select public network, then so this particular network is not a very much secured network. Definitely, it is not a secured network. You are in a public network where multiple users, many hackers, they will be able to access your computer. So it is always recommended to block all your incoming connections. So this is also Same like home network. If you think that your network is exploited and if your network is vulnerable, then definitely you need to block all incoming connections. So always remember, keep your password complex, use a trusted antivirus software, apply patches, never share any password in websites, especially when using public computer. I cannot emphasize more. Your data is yours, don't lose it. And if you select apps and browser control, you have the option. So this is basically, so whenever you are downloading any executable files like application files or any other files from the website and the internet or even from the Microsoft Store, so these settings will control the applications. So there is a smart app control, there is a reputation based protection. If I select the reputation based protection, you will be able to choose whenever you are downloading from the internet, you can turn on or off. If you turn off, basically it is not going to scan the applications, the exe files, whatever you are downloading from the internet. And if you turn on, the files will be scanned. So similarly, when you are using the smart screen, whatever files you are downloading from the Microsoft Edge, all the files and all the exe files will be scanned. If there is any malicious content within the files, then it is going to block. If you enable, I recommend keep this enabled so that let the Microsoft Edge do the smart screening of your downloaded files. And there are also options for phishing protection. Check all these options which are required and you will be able to turn on or off according to your needs. And if you have downloaded any unwanted apps, either to block it or if you want to unblock it, you can decide. And if you have enabled this, definitely it is going to block for the installation. If you have downloaded any files or exe files from the internet, either it can be gaming applications or gaming applications exe files, those content, those applications, gaming application, if it contains any malware or ransomware, then definitely you need to block all those exe files. So you need to turn on, you don't want to install all those apps. Under device security, we have an option for core isolation. This is to block or to enable or disable the drivers. Basically, these are signed drivers or unsigned drivers. If I don't want the unsigned drivers to be used for my devices, I can block those device drivers. And if I select the device security again, so security processor, under security processor, we know that nowadays all the hardware manufacturer includes the TPM module itself. This is additional layer of encryption. And also we have an option for secure boot. Secure boot will prevent any malicious software while the computer boots. And there is also option for device or data encryption. This is to encrypt the drives using the BitLocker. And if I want to encrypt the drive, then I'll be able to encrypt using the BitLocker drive encryption. If I turn on BitLocker, then this particular drive will be encrypted. And I will go back to privacy and security. I'll go to Windows security. And if I select, so under device performance and health, so this is the general checkup of my computer and the operating system. So there is a health report for the application and the operating system and also for the storage capacity and Windows time service. So family options, this is only available at certain markets, not all the markets or not all the regions are having this family options. And I'll be able to see the protection history. So this is basically the recommendation what Windows has recommended whenever there is a risk or threat or any other malwares which are identified by the Windows Defender. So it is going to recommend the action which needs to be taken. So this is my virtual machine which I am running. I don't have any third party antivirus software. On my base machine, on my host machine, I have a McAfee antivirus running. If I select McAfee and if I select the settings, if I go to the settings on my host machine, if I go to privacy and security, you can see because I am using the McAfee antivirus software, if I select virus and threat protection and if I go to home, then this is the Windows security. And if I select virus and threat protection, you can see I'm using a third party software for virus and threat protection, which is McAfee antivirus software. I'm not using Defender to protect against any malware or viruses. I'm using the third party solution. Since I'm using the third party solution, the Defender is off. And if I go to the manage settings, I don't have any of these options turned on. So basically all these options are controlled by McAfee itself. And if I go back again, and even if I go to firewall and network protection, if I open this, so this is also controlled by McAfee itself. And if I go back for private network, this is also controlled by McAfee itself using the firewall protection. And we can see for the McAfee, we have, if I go to the McAfee console, this is the antivirus tool from McAfee, which has antivirus total protection tool for 3 devices. You can get it for 5 device, 3 device, or 10 device protection at a minimal cost. And there are multiple options available under McAfee. You will be able to turn on, off. You can do real-time scanning. You can scan one particular file, folder, or the entire drive. You can schedule the scans. Everything you will be able to do using McAfee antivirus tool. So that's it for this video. I will see you in the next video.